Thanks for joining us on the Jon Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk ESU football. Joining us is head coach Denny Douds. We'll coach another season upon us. Media day right around the corner. The season getting ready to go, and I'm sure you're as excited as ever.
Well, yes, it is. Hey, we got an opportunity this year. Kids are excited. Coaches are excited. We got a couple of new coaches with us, and hey, it's going to be there before you know it. The kids come back on the 13th of August, about 8 o'clock in the morning, and from there on, there's no days off until about Thanksgiving. So we're all looking forward to it.
Well, Coach, you have a real nice team coming back this year, which makes it a little bit more exciting for the Warriors. And tell us about, let's first start on the offensive end. You have a heck of a quarterback that's coming back, and he's got a lot of accolades in the offseason.
Well, yes, we have Matt Soltes is a quarterback. He's played for us for 2 years. He will be a junior with us this year. He has had some just outstanding games last year. One of the accolades that he received was that there were only 2 sophomore quarterbacks in the country that were nominated for the Harlan Hill Award, which is like the Heisman Trophy of Division II. And he was one of them. So we're excited. And, he's a guy that you just love to go out and see him play. From the standpoint, he does everything right. He's a throwback. He's one of those guys that, hey, he's the first one there and the last one to leave. He works hard in the weight room. He gets people excited about going out and throwing catch. I remember driving by the field one day in February, and I think there was a little bit of snow on one end of the field. He had the guys down at the other end. They were throwing and catching. So you got to love kids like that.
Talking with Denny Douds here on the Jon Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Center. Coach, talk about the weapons that Soltes has at the wide receiver, tight end position, and what you have in the backfield.
Well, we have a couple guys. We got Dusty Reed back now. He's a 2-time All-Conference wide receiver. He didn't play last year. He's back with us again this year. Jon Schnaars, he's from down around the Harrisburg area. We have a big tight end by the name of Steve Jones, who has played. He'll be a senior this year. Kid's about 6'4", about 255, runs about a 4.65, and bench presses about 400 pounds. So you got to love guys like that that can run and catch. And once they get the ball, hey, they know one direction, and that's straight towards the end zone. And if there's somebody in the road, so be it.
Hey, Coach, you talk about your offensive line. What do you have coming back there? And tell us about the development there that you'll need to have a good year there offensively.
Well, we have our tackles back, and they're good-sized kids. Cody Laubach, kid from down at the Emmaus, Pennsylvania, about 6'6", about 300 pounds. Second-team All-Conference last year, and they got a nice-looking kid from Allentown Central Catholic. Oh. And Ray, he has done a great job. He came in, he's about 6'7", he's about 255. He got the work on his body. He's about still 6'7", but he's about 300 pounds right now for us, and that's pretty neat to see that right there. So we got some guys that we've been able to anchor down on the offensive line, and if those guys coming back, we should be able to keep people off our quarterback and also be able to run the ball. Remember, kid coming back by the name of Robert Healy. Robert was a freshman of the year in the PSAC East last year. He had a great season for us. In fact, he had one of those type seasons. I think he was the second all-time leading rusher in the history of the school. And so that was pretty neat. And we got another kid from Vandercruz from Phillipsburg's coming back with us. He's the type of guy that you'd love. He plays tailback. He can play fullback. He did that in high school at Phillipsburg. And then he played nose tackle on defense. Well, when the ball, you got about third down and about a foot, or maybe it's 1st and 3 on the 3. He's one of those guys you put in there. He's going to find a way to get the first down or put the ball in the end zone for you.
Yeah, one of those guys you'd love to see play the game of football. Denny Douds here on the Jon Mendola Show as we talk ESU Warriors football. Coach, how about over on the defensive side? I know you got a great tackle in Bryan Thomson that has really earned his rights, and he's going to get a look maybe at the next level when his career is all said and done.
He's unbelievable. He's about 6'2.5", about 295 pounds. Bench presses 500 pounds and runs a 5 flat 40. Now put that in perspective. He was a point guard in basketball in high school. And so he's a pretty good athlete, one. Two, he has blocked, I think, somewhere around 9 or 10 PATs or field goals already in his career. I mean, if you could do that over a 10-year period, you think, hey, that's not bad. He's done it in 3 years right now. He was Defensive Player of the Year in a conference 2 years ago, and he's back along with Jon Noble, who's about a clone of him. He's 6'1", he's 290 and runs a 5 flat, and he benches about 525. So we're excited about that, and we get the kid back by the name of Brandon Gattelli from down in Lower Bucks County. He's a 3-year starter for us, and Sam Trunzo out of Lehigh Valley. He's another one of those guys. So we got 4 guys coming back on the defensive line that have been 5-year guys for us. So not only that they've got experience and they've prepared themselves well to be able to play, but the exciting thing about it is that they're all know that this is their last go around, and they're like kids at a playpen right now. Just can't wait to get there. Some of those guys are working on campus. They stop in every day just to say, "Hey, we're ready to go, coach," and we all start laughing. So they're children a bit, which is excited because, hey, it's that time of the year, and it's that time of year for every football player in the country. That they got a great opportunity to go out and play a great game.
Denny Douds here on the Jon Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. ESU football is what we're talking about. Of course, the PSAC Media Day and the season getting ready to start. Coach, you talk about the PSAC this year, going to be very competitive, some good teams out there. But if you guys play the way you're capable of, you would think you'd be one of those teams that should be in the mix.
We appreciate that, John. But, the PSAC East is always high competitive. And I know Bloomsburg had a great year, and Westchester last year had a fine year. They ended up in the I guess the semifinals in the NCAA Division II playoffs. So they've got teams coming back. I think Bloom has lost some guys, but they always are tough. Westchester has some people back, so they're going to be a good go, and also Shippensburg. We pick up Slippery Rock, Edinburgh, and Gannon from the west, so they didn't put the schedule up any easier for us. So I know that. But I know this. I think we can be highly competitive, and if we're highly competitive, we can go as far as our dreams will allow us to play under those circumstances.
Coach, you've been coaching in the PSAC for so long, and you've seen coaches come and go, and you've been the guy who's been at it the longest. But it seems as if each and every year you hear this coach coming in or this coach with this program, and it seems like the coaching is as competitive as ever. I mean, there's some top-level coaches there in the PSAC.
Well, there really is, and that's what makes it competitive week in and week out. I mean, if you get a W in the PSAC, you earn it, and that's also the other factor, John, is you look at the teams. I mean, nobody kind of walks through the schedule anymore. Usually, you get your nose bloodied once or twice during the season, and that shows how well you can come pick yourself up off the floor and come back and get in the fight. And if you can stay healthy, you got a chance.
Well, I think East Stroudsburg University is going to have a chance a whole lot this year. Coach Denny Douds joining us here on the Jon Mendola Show. We appreciate your time.
Always good talking with you, John.
East Stroudsburg University Warriors here on the Jon Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.